Okay, we're gonna do a little season recap. How I got on in 2023. I've been getting all my gear ready in the house. Try to stay as productive as possible when I finally get on the bank. It's been raining. It's been raining all morning. It's warmed up from -1 to about 1 degree, and it's raining pretty hard still. I got sheets of ice on my car from work last night, but it sounds like a perfect formula for a fun little season wrap-up video. So I'm going to try to get down on the bank, and hopefully I can pop a fish or two as I go over my season. Okay, we got down to the bank. Water looks pretty good. Wind's come up a little bit, but the rain has stopped a little bit, so it's still coming down. So I'll try to ignore any raindrops that get on the lens there, and I'll try to get through part of my season. We're just fishing a little spot that we've been keeping baited up through the fall, so hopefully there'll be a few fish around to cooperate and make this a little more interesting. As far as my 2023 season went, I know you can't really tell me how yours went, so I'll start, and I'll tell you how my season went. A big part of my season the last few years has been helping out with the Canadian Carp Society. So between that and obviously filming with the Angler Files, I didn't get in too many kind of personal / fun sessions, but there were a sprinkling of them. So to keep my thoughts organized, I think maybe I'll talk about my season in terms of the SSF. Canadian Carp Society has their tournament that runs throughout the year with little week-long tournaments, 10-day tournaments that coincide with spring, summer, and fall. So earlier this year in the spring, I started off 2023 kind of the same way I started off 2022. I got out with Wayne Smith, Kevin Gerlametto, and John Bulmer, and we hit up Lake Ontario for a session early in the spring around Easter, and we've done that. 2022 was really good there. 2023, I didn't get a line in there 2022, but this year I did, and I blanked. The other guys, I think they got into a couple fish, which was great, but nowhere near as prolific or special as it was what happened in 2022. And then from the Lake Ontario session, I think I moved on to episode 2 of the breakdown. It was like a early season spot, and both the Lake Ontario session and the breakdown session, I started experimenting with tying my own leaders and using helicopter rigs, and I also experimented with slip D Ronnies and the quarter crimps and kind of stiffer boom material for my hook link. I enjoyed the helicopter rig. The helicopter rig was amazing. I need to tweak the slip D Ronnie. It might be a little bit elaborate for my preference. I did have a lot of good hookup and landing ratios with it, but I found that my boilie was kind of getting tangled around my hook point, and that was probably just me tying messy rigs, but that was That was a little bit annoying. And the quarter crimps, I had a few of them kind of let go on me. That might have been just me being in a hurry, but that was a bit of a letdown. I was hoping it would kind of make rig tying a little easier, and I like kind of using the stiffer boom material, and it gets a little tricky with the knots, tying knots and stuff with the stiffer boom material. So that's just me. You might find things differently, but I've stuck with the leaders and the helicopter rigs the whole season, and I lost a lot fewer leads. I think I lost like 2 leads this year. Sorry, this is terribly uncomfortable. I think I lost like 2 leads this year. One I got bit off reeling in between casts. I think a muskie kind of swiped at my rig, and I think I lost a lead from that. A muskie or a pike, something weird happened. And then the other one, I just had one of the loops on my leader kind of let go, and that was my fault too, I think. Just kind of putting out a tattered rig, not really paying attention to detail. I did put out newer leaders today, and newer hooks and stuff, so if I'm only going to get 1 or 2 bites today, I don't want things kind of breaking down and messing up on me. But from the Lake Ontario session, moved on to episode 2 of the breakdown, and I caught, but I didn't catch a lot. It was kind of a location that kind of threw me for a bit of a loop. It was just a giant... Oh, sorry, there's a mouse running around down here. There was just a big giant flat, and there wasn't really anything, definitive features or anything to really go at. I pre-baited, and that didn't really seem to help too much, but I did end up catching. You can look back on that video. That was pretty neat. And John and I kind of did a little recap at the end of that video, which was kind of neat to see each other's experiences, and that's part of what I think has been neat about the breakdown series that we've been doing, is kind of seeing each other's... Mouse is going to run up my arm in a second. But neat to see how each other's sessions kind of unfolded. Then moving on to there, we're getting close to the SSF, and the SSF, the spring portion of that tournament, I concentrated on an extended baiting campaign. Holy crap, these rocks are so uncomfortable. I concentrated on a extended baiting campaign, and I didn't put my lines in. I was afraid that I would end up hooking a special fish that would win me, or win Team Savage, win us the tournament. So I just kind of hung out near the water, watched for rises, and just kind of watched the spring kind of unfold, watched the leaves come in, and just kept trickling in. A lot less bait than I have in the past, and I ended up catching my personal best, although I didn't really catch anything else in the spring SSF. It was 36 pounds, 13 ounces, and depending on when this video comes out, and if you're a Carp Society member, you might get to see that as kind of an in-session piece for the CCS. Alright. So, this is this will likely be my big fish for the team weight. And now I need 2 more fish for my individual total. But if it happens today, great. If not, it doesn't matter. I've already had an amazing session and a great day on the bank with John.
eating Timbits and blanking our butts off. And then this happens. Oh my gosh. I can barely even get my hands around the wrist. Poo!
Poo?
Poo! Oh my god. I hope we got everything we needed there. Oh,
my spring SSF didn't work out very well. I bounced around to all my spring spots and I struggled, and that's pretty much been a theme for the majority of my season. I didn't get into like huge numbers or anything like I have in the past. So the SSF, I just weighed in that one fish and I blanked at a bunch of different spots, and even fishing beside John a couple times on my way to work, just kind of meeting up with him, and he was catching a bunch of fish, and then I just I didn't put in the I put in a bit of effort, but not just kind of in short spurts. I didn't do long enough sessions, and I could have done a lot better. Anyways, I'm gonna stretch out my legs here, and then I'll let you know how my summer went. And I don't think there was much to it, but we'll go over my summer in just a sec here. Smile. Take picture. Take picture. Smile. 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 Okay. This is the second fish. Okay, I don't know what kind of video I'm getting here. My GoPro says it's filming, but the red light's not flashing. This is fish number 2. I took off while I was fighting the first fish. I send him back and I'm going to go take a look at the other one here, which is a little bit bigger. Alright, I am a bit of a disaster. Just trying to get these fish back in the water and battle with my camera equipment. Smile. This guy's doing good. He's been chilling out in the net. Smile. Smile. Okay, this fish is doing okay. He's been chilling out in the net, waiting for this other guy to get processed here. Don't. Smile. Smile. Solid fish. It's got a big belly on it. I think it's been eating all my boilies and corn. I don't know if you can see the belly on it. But, get this fish back. Smile. Get this. Smile. Smile. We'll get this fish back and I'll go over how the rest of my late spring and early summer and summer went. Okay, apparently this thing is filming, but I don't trust it at all. All my batteries are dying. The rain's coming down like crazy, but I'll try to go through a little bit more of my season. So moving into summer, I had my 1 versus 1 session against Louis Mitch. And I ended up doing that while I was filming episode 3 of the breakdown. Sorry, it sounded like my drag was going. So we were filming episode 3 of the breakdown, and I don't know how John did such a solid edit for that video. I don't remember doing a lot of filming, but that edit was a very solid edit, and I've watched it a couple times. So that was a challenging session. Deep water, current, weeds, rocks, everything against us. I ended up losing my 1 versus 1 against Louis. He got into a string of like 20-pound fish, I think. I got one 20-pound fish, fishing the new swim for the breakdown, episode 3. John caught as well, and that was a really great episode you can look back on. But after that, everything's kind of a blur. I think I wasted a lot of time. Not wasted a lot of time, but I've really focused on kind of specimen type fishing, going for larger fish. So a lot of the places I chose to fish were spots that I thought would hold larger fish. So typically you sacrifice action, I'd imagine, trying to target larger fish. I spent a lot of time in Port Dalhousie. John met up with me there once for a live stream, set up beside me and caught a fish, I think like half an hour after he got there. And I did probably half a dozen or more short little sessions there over the summer, and blinked my butt off. Steve, we'll just call him Steve B. He's caught there as well. Not tons and tons of fish, but it's kind of nice to have like a little local spot. You can just fish out of the back of your car and kind of goof around. As far as notable sessions go, I think after that, later in the summer, I had the summer SSF. I think I caught a bunch of like low doubles or something, maybe a 20-pound fish. Nothing spectacular. It's just been a struggle. And then went to film episode 4 of the breakdown. And that was on the Upper Niagara. Filmed episode 4. I fished before John, and probably by the time this video's out, John's session will be live as well. My session is live. You can check that out. I got into some fish, not as productive as I was anticipating or hoping for, but I tried some new kind of baiting techniques or ideas or approaches based on what I've seen from Fishing with Carl episodes, where they went for the American Giant. They ended up using cattle cubes. I tried to get my hands on those. The closest thing I could find was like apple cubes or something, and for horses, and they were a ridiculous price, so I didn't grab that. Couldn't source out any cattle cubes, so I got some chicken scratch. It's all vegetable protein. Made some method balls with that, and put some molasses and things in there. It may or may not have worked. I got into some fish, but I think hopefully next year I can track down some cattle cubes. It's nice to have some readily available items that you can just kind of toss in your car and head to the water. That was another thing I did this season. I kind of incorporated a lot more boilies into my baiting, and it was nice to not have to prepare any particle and have it go rancid in your car or your garage or anything. So that was the majority of my summer. Nothing too crazy. And moving into fall, the fall SSF. I started the fall SSF at the social, the CCS social, and you can check out that video. I put that together for the Canadian Carp Society. It's on their YouTube channel, and I'm kind of happy with that edit. I kind of messed up the audio a little bit, but other than that, I'm really happy with how that came along. I didn't put any lines in there. I just kind of focused on the filming aspect and socializing, and that was a good kind of recharge for the batteries. Just balancing life and work and everything this year was a bit of a challenge, and I think in fishing. I think fishing kind of took the hit this year. So the fall SSF, I kind of went heavy on the boilies in my favorite swim this fall, and John came to visit me, and we wanted to kind of get into some bigger fish after just catching some smaller fish on the St. Lawrence for the social, and I put a bunch of maybe 12 kilos of boilies into my swim. And John and I had some total smash-up sessions. I put in some strawberry and condensed milk, peach and orange, and some other kind of random flavor. And I got peach and orange in here today with some sweet corn. That's been what I've been kind of baiting here with recently. But John and I, we got into kind of a smash-up session, and we both, it was kind of the highlight of our season, just kind of net flipping fish after fish after fish, trying to upgrade for the SSF. John put together a great total. I think he came in third or something, second or third for the solo event, maybe first, I don't even remember. But he got, I think his top fish was like 35 pounds. I don't know if he got another 30, but he got a 29. And I think he had 230. He got into a bunch of big fish and kind of beat up his gear and some crazy battles with amongst rocks like these here. And after that, I'm probably skipping over a bunch of things. But after that session, I kind of goofed around. I got did a little session or two just to clear my head, and had one of those magical sessions that kind of caps off your season. I got a ghostie, and I got a ghostie and a mirror, back-to-back runs, and I didn't really get great photos of the mirror because it kind of swam out of my retention sling because I was kind of distracted. Didn't zip up the one side of my retention sling and the mirror slipped out. So I just got a couple small photos of the ghostie, and that was pretty awesome. And just kind of joined John here and there on little sessions here and there when he was filming. And I'm sure if you go through his catalog of videos, you'll see most of that. And then that brings us to here. I'm kind of wrapping up my season here. I just know the fish kind of respond well to baiting here in the colder months. So I decided just to kind of finish off the season. I've already had one trout session, and I caught like half an hour in, and so I might be switching gears shortly. I'll probably keep the bait trickling in here just in case it strikes my fancy to go up for carp, or if it snows, maybe get a snow carp. But anyways, I'm going to try to wrap this up before my battery dies and my lens completely covers with water. But I'm going to stick it out, hopefully get into another fish. I got, for bait today, I got the peach and orange boilies out here, some sweet corn. I got my helicopter rigs with a stiff boom onto Ronnie's with, what do we got? I got a yellow green beast and a pink green beast, pop-up cool water green beast, with underneath of the boilie, between the hook and the boilie, I just have a single piece of ESP pop-up horn just to make sure it's sitting up nice, that the pop-up's not getting weighted down by all the metal and the hook and everything else that I got on there. But and then I boosted with the cold water green beast booster spray. Hopefully I can grab another fish. I didn't have a lot of time today. I got to pick up my daughter from school as per usual, but I got a bit of time left. I'm going to finish off my coffee and hopefully I can pop out another fish or two for you. I don't think I'm gonna have any more runs to show you. All my batteries are completely dying on me, and so this is gonna be kind of a sketchy edit, and I apologize for that, but it is what it is. This it's like a 3-hour session, impromptu, with one day off this week, and so far I'm making the most of it. Okay, we're kind of in overtime at the moment. I walked most of the gear back to the car. I just got the lines out. I got the net and the mat here still. I got to reel in and get on my way. Not a bad little session. I was hoping to cap it off with one last fish, but that's pretty much how every session goes. Try to cap it off. But I gotta go get my daughter from school. Hope you all had a good season. I might get out again for carp, but I think as far as edits for the angler files are concerned, we're probably gonna switch gears to trout and head down to the river for the opening of Laker season, and try to get into a mixed bag of fish, maybe some browns and some steelhead and that, kind of have some fun through the winter. But hoping for a buzzer beater here, but I think that's it. I don't want to push it too long and end up not making it on time to where I gotta be. So thanks for checking this video out, and there should be if you kind of scroll back, hopefully the 300 episode video will be out before this goes live. So if this is the first video you've watched for the Angler Files, maybe head back and watch the 300 video extravaganza, or whatever it's going to end up being called. It might give you a good overview of little nuggets to look for in the catalog, the Angler Files catalog. But yep, check us out: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. And I gotta reel in and get going.